B3, what up? We are live. Break 453 on the table. Let me see if I can confirm we are live. I can. Boom, we are good. We are officially in. Break 453 on the table. We got a basketball game tomorrow. Game starts at 9. It's about a half hour away. And we got to be there 15 minutes early. So I'm going to have to be up at like 7:30, 7:45, out of the house by 8:10. Maybe 8 if I want to stop and get coffee. So we're going to have to boogie through this one, which is good. You know, Select usually moves pretty quick. It's a small box, only 24 cards. Makes it manageable from a time standpoint, for sure. For sure. That's why I decided to do it tonight. I actually talked to Erin and I was like, hey, we'll break tonight, you know, like if you're down, I'm down. She was like, let's do it. So perfect. All right, break 453 on the table. We're going to get started with a list of ownership. We're going to dive right in. If you can hear me and see me, let me know. Give me a holler. I can usually see on my stream on the phone, which is muted to avoid background noise, that I run my hand in front of the camera about 10 seconds after I usually do it. So waiting for that to come across the screen so I can at least confirm that I know we're live. Yep, actually it's only a 1 second delay. Look at that. All right, cool. We are ready to go. Break 453 on the table. Break 454 is next. That is the free break from quarter 4 last year to end the year. Got that one set up with Rookies and Stars Hobby. It's got cards from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. So it's a 5-year mixer. Should be a good, fun little break. But that is next. We'll probably run the random for that on Sunday because I'm doing a family thing tomorrow. Don't know if I'm going to have time. But anyway, let's get to 453, and then we'll figure all that out later. We have Aaron Wise closing us out on the last spot mojo spots, Cardinals and Falcons. Rival card breaks, Donnie Scheffler in on the Rams. We have Joe Desky back on the Bills, Adam Light back on Carolina. E-Dub also on the Bears, which was a closeout team, surprisingly. Usually the Bears go quick. Joe Desky also on the Bengals. We got Joe Lurch in on the Brownies. Scotty Struble on the Cowgirls. E-Dub also on Denver, which was a closeout spot. Harlan Benner in on the Lions. We got Adam Light on the Packers. That's a little flip there from what they usually chase. You got Jason Eli in on the Texans and the Colts. Matty V, Mr. Vanover back. Sorry, Jason Eli on the Texans and the Jaguars. Matty V, Mr. Vanover back in on the Colts. Then you got Mike Haralambis on the Chiefs and the Raiders. Wayne Mowry in on the Chargers. Aaron Wise also on the Rams, which was the closeout team. You got Tyler Haynes in on the Finns. Welcome back, sir. Joe Desky on the Vikings. Joe Lurch on the Patriots. B3 on the Saints. You got Joe Lurch on the G-Men. E-Dub on the Jets, the second to last closeout team. You got Adam Light on the Eagles and the Niners. Joe Desky on the Steelers. Andrew Thier in on the Seahawks. Brian Friends back in. B Friends on the Bucks. You got E-Dub on the Titans. Miss Aaron Wise. That was the 7th and final closeout team. And then you got Goody Goody rounding us out on the Washington Commanders / Redskins / football team. Depending on the year of the card and the player pictured. Fixing my spotlights real quick. There we go. All right. What do we got on the table? First things first. Our third and final box from the first order of Select Football. 2 autos, 1 mem guaranteed. These boxes have been absolutely insane. Loaded. 2 autos, 1 mem. Last box, we got 3 autos and a mem. You get 15 prisms. You're looking for the ultra rare Contenders rookie ticket RPS autos. Aaron actually hit one of those on the Texans in the last select break. That was a big card. The player is still yet to be determined with Jalen Knoll. He looked decent towards the end of the year. He definitely has. Could be a Nico Collins type, right? Wasn't great the first year. Second year, he explodes. So that's select football. Looking for your ultra rares. Also, Zebra, tie-dye number to 25, and snakeskin number to 2. We've got 3 of the Optic Megas. Looking for 3 Megabox exclusive green hypers. Also, the ultra rares are downtown duos, uptown, and hash marks. Plus, you got your fire emoji parallel, your flex emoji parallel, your 100 emoji parallel. Lots of those. Tons of ultra rares to hit in Optic. We also had an uptown and a downtown stuck together last break. Not stuck together. Not like back in 2021 when we pulled Zach Wilson and Kyle Pitts out of the Optic hanger. Literally stuck together. These were just back to back. So pretty cool to know that that's an anomaly. These are 3 random Optic Megas. They're not from the case. The 10 from the case is still over there on the shelf. The second half of the case. We'll do that probably next break after the free break. And look, if there was a case where a downtown and an uptown were in there back to back, that means there could be way more in that case too. Like, you're only supposed to technically get 1 downtown per case, but when you get stuff like that, a case where they're stuck together, you get multiples. You could have 3 or 4 in there. Who knows? 5. So I'm excited to see what the second half of that case looks like. Might be a hot case. 3 Optic Megas in this one. And then we have 10 of the select Excel or Target version of the blaster. That is the green and yellow shocks, not the blue and reds. You're also looking for still the Zebra Ultra Rare Shock Prism. 3 green and yellow exclusives. Autos and mems are live. And then you can still get the tie-dye number to 25, which you can see listed all over the back there and there. And then the snakeskin, too, number to 2. All live. So, excited for that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. And we are officially ready to go, B3. Scotty, what up? What up? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Terrible news to hear about your mom, man. It sucks when people start to go through stuff like that. They start to fall. They break things. It's just tough to watch. I see it at the bank all the time. Some of our best customers are the elderly customers. They're the ones that still come into the bank every day. They're bored. They're looking for like their daily and weekly routine to include social interaction, right? They go to the grocery store, they go to church, they go to the doctor, chiropractor, whatever. They go to the post office and they go to the bank. And when they go to the post office and the bank, they have relationships with people there. So over 15 years, especially spending multiple years in one location historically. Do we have points? We do. Look at that. Man, that means there was going to be an auto in there. Nonsense. But over 15 years, especially spending, 5-year stretches in the same location, you get to meet people and you get to know people, build relationships, and then you see them, take a fall, and it's rough on them at that age, man. It really is. It takes a toll. So I was really sorry to hear about that, and hopefully, it's not as bad as it sounded. That sounded like there was a lot that kind of hit all at once. All right, here we go. Good luck. Jack Besh is going to be our first rookie out, going to Mike Haralambis. You got Drizzy, Drake, London, Myles Garrett on the silver premier level going out to Joe Lurch. That's a nice one. You got Jordan Love on the numbers going out to Adam Light. Jaden Daniels, BTJ. Ooh. Hiding behind was Romo Dunze on the concourse, green and yellow shock, going out to Aaron Wise. You got Kyle Pitts on a Premier. Luther Burden going out to E-Dub on the concourse base. Jalen Milrow to Andrew Thier on the concourse base. And then you got Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt going out to Goody Goody. That's the first time I've seen his rookie, James. I don't know what other sets he's in. That's pretty cool. So getting the Krosky Merritt Premier level base. He had a great rookie year for a kid who wasn't really supposed to be anything crazy. Puka Nacua on the turbocharge going out to Aaron Wise. You got Jalen Williams on a concourse. Benjamin Morrison on a concourse rookie going out to Tampa. That's B Friends. Tristan Wirfs on the green and yellow club level. Beautiful looking card there for B Friends. Love the new club level. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Travis Etienne on a Premier level. That is Jason Eli. You got Devon Achane on a base concourse. Trey Benson on a base concourse. Mason Graham going out to Joe Lurch on the base club level rookie. Kyle Williams Futures going out to the Patriots. That is going to be Joe Lurch as well. Then you got Ty Felton on a concourse going out to Minnesota. Joe Desky. Armand and Bo going out to the Jets. That is E-Dub on the green and yellow Premier level shock. And then Colson Loveland rounds us out on a Premier level base for Aaron Wise. Good thing about Select is there's only 24 cards in there, so it does move kind of quickly for the sake of time. Why is Target pinging me? What am I missing? Oh, nice. Fat packs are coming out. Beautiful. Cello packs are coming out. You know the drill. First box, I always sleeve everything just to set up for the bench. So I'm going to do that. And then because I have to be up at 7:30, I'm going to do a lot of sleeving later for the sake of time. But for this first one, we always kind of get ourselves set up to sleeve later by setting up the racks and the stacks on the side on the bench. Andrew Thier getting Jalen Milrow, our very first quarterback to come out. Kyle Williams, I was kind of hoping that was Travion Henderson, try to get him started early, but we'll take Williams. It's a start. A couple of Bears coming out early for E-Dub. All right, let's get ourselves in order here. Man, I really do love the new club levels. They are gorgeous. Look at that card. What a beautiful design. They did a great job with the club level this year. Alright, we'll get the base out of the way. Get the inserts out of the way. And let's get the bench started. Alright, we are good to go. Let's go to number 2. I don't know why, but I got a weird hunch to go through the bottom of this one.
Sometimes I get a gut feeling, you just go with it. That box wasn't terrible. I mean, I just was hoping for a hotter start, but we got robbed by the friggin' points. Alright, here we go. Good luck, B3. Box number 2. All right. Here we go. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Omarion Hampton, first one out, going out to the Chargers. Wayne Maury on the concourse. You got Bijan Robinson, first numbered, first hit, coming out on a bronze premier level. Shock going out to E-Dub on probably the best player you could get right now on the Falcons. This kid looked really good at the start of last year. Great fantasy value. 626 out of 899 as Aaron Wise starting us off with the first hit of the night. The last spot mojo might start heating up for her. You never know. All right, here we go. Rashid Shaheed on the premier level green and yellow shock. You got Harold Fannin Jr. on a premier level base. Shaheed going out to the Saints. That's B3. Joe Lurch getting the Fannin. You've got Terrence Ferguson, little T Ferg for Aaron Wise. Malachi Starks for rival Donnie Scheffler. You got Trey Benson on the club level base for Aaron. Select certified Caleb Johnson going out to the Steelers. Joe Desky. Jalen Knoll, his ears must have been ringing at the beginning of the break. That one coming out for Houston. Jason Eli. Trevion coming out on the concourse. We'll take that. Joe Lurch on the Patriots. Tyreek Hill, green and yellow concourse shock going out to Tyler Haynes. JMO on a premier level base. You got Jack Sawyer on a concourse rookie going out to Joe Desky. Malik Neighbors, concourse base. Tank Bigsby on the premier level base. Jackson Dart Future. First one out for Mr. Joe Lurch on the Darty Party. You got Isaac Tesla going out to not Adam, but Harlan on a concourse. Jade Barron going out to E-Dub on a base rookie. Then you got Christian Gonzalez, a.k.a. Gonzo, on the club. Green and yellow, very nice. Joe Lurch. Josh Connerly going out to Goody Goody on the base premier. You got Tedero and McMillan coming out for Adam Light on Carolina. Dalton Kincaid. And then AK-41 is your premier level silver. That's going to B3. Jamar Chase is your turbocharged. Going out to the Bengals and Joe Desky. Base out of there. Like I said, the first two boxes we'll sleeve everything up just to get the stacks and racks over on the bench started. And then the rest we're going to do a bunch of sleeving later just for the sake of time. Because I do have to be up pretty early tomorrow. Unfortunately. Not looking forward to it. J Dart in the house. All right, good to go. Alright, we got a good little system set up over there. We should be good for now. We'll sleeve, but top load later. That's how we'll rock it. Mason's got his last basketball game of the season tomorrow. It's not really his last game, but it's his last game on the schedule. They have like a little March Madness tournament next weekend to kind of cap off the season. So that will be his official last games. But, you know, they call it the last game because they're playing another town. Then it's all inter-squad, inter-league. Nice little way to end the season. That third, fourth grade group has like 6 teams. So it's like for bragging rights. They get to play each other and see who in town had the best team. It's like a little tradition, little bragging rights. I think sometimes the coaches care more than the kids do. The kids just want to have fun. Kids just want to have fun. But we get competitive. Some of the kids in 3rd and 4th grade, a couple of the kids are, you know, a little competitive. There's not a lot of highly competitive 9 and 10-year-olds. They're out there. Don't get me wrong. They're out there, but just not a ton of them playing for us. When it comes to football, though, that's where they get friggin' competitive. They want to go undefeated in football. That's where their competitive juices start flowing. All right, here we go. Box number 3. Let's get it. Empty box. Security tag. Double security tag. Uh-oh. You know what that means, B3. You know what that means. That means something good is coming. You know something good's coming when they put that extra layer of protection in there. They go double security tag on that sucker. They're protecting the good hit. All right, here we go. Here we go. Leading it off, R.J. Harvey on the Concourse rookie going out to Aaron Wise. You've got Aaron Rodgers, and then a very nice Emeka Egbuka club level silver. Beautiful card. Be friends. Hell yeah. Great hit. Bang. Beauty. We'll take that all day long. All right, Alvin Kamara turbocharged going out to B3. You got Quinyon Mitchell, CJ Stroud, Luther Burden on the green and yellow Concourse shock going out to E-Dub. You got Freddie Warner on a premier level. Mason Taylor going out to Aaron Wise on the Jets. Jordan Watkins going out to Adam Light on the Niners, both concourses. You got Gesicki on a base premier. R.J. Harvey futures going out to E-Dub. Chase Brown on the concourse. Troy Aikman on the concourse. Jalen Milroe, concourse green and yellow. Shock, very nice. Little color matchy for Andrew Thier. Urlacher on the premier. You got Kelvin Banks on the concourse rookie going out to B3. Christian Bedford on the concourse base. Harrison Smith club level base. Will Howard coming out for the Steelers. That is going to be Joe Desky on the select certified. You got Tucker Kraft on a concourse and a white Josh Allen. Bang. White and blue shock color match. Going out to the Buffalo Bills and Joe Desky. That is numbered 324 out of 799. And right behind it is a Cam Ward green and yellow premier level shock. E-Dubs staying hot early. Bang. What a box. I told you. Double security tag. We know what that means. They're protecting something in there. They don't double them up for nothing. I want to say 60% of the time, those boxes hit with double security tags hit every single time. 60% of the time, they hit every single time. Gotta love it. Bang. What a beautiful card. Joe Desky on a bit of a roll recently. Hell yeah. Gotta get that Cam Ward up there too. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that Cam Ward. Good start, B3. Getting the podiums flowing early. Drew Thier getting a shock top for Seattle. Willie Howard coming out early. Boom. All right, here we go. Bench is good. We keep it rocking. We keep it rocking. Well, let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West. State that's untouchable with Elliot Ness to try to hit your eardrums like a slug to your chest. Like a vest for your Jimmy in the city. Tupac, right? That's Tupac. I'm pretty sure that's Tupac. Pretty sure that's Tupac. No, that's Biggie, California. What am I thinking? That is Biggie all day. California, no doubt about it. California, no doubt about it. In the city of Compton, we keep it rocking. We keep it rocking. Right? I'm pretty sure that's Biggie. Oops, security tag just popped out. What are we hiding this time there, Panini? All right, let's get it, B3. Let's get it. Jacoby Myers going to lead us off. Michael Penix. Silver, Jahmyr Gibbs. Very nice. Little bit of a scratch on it, though, right there. That might be a print line, too. That is Detroit Rock City Harlan Benner. You got the Cam Ward Select Certified, so Cam coming back out. Kill a Cam for Aaron Wise. Debo Samuel. Bayshell Tootin going out to Jason Eli. And then a very nice Ricky Pearsall Concourse green and yellow shock going out to San Fran. That is going to be Adam Light. Elijah Arroyo Premier Level base going out to Andrew Thier. You got Gibbs Judkins coming out on the Premier Level base for Joe Lurch. Sorry, that's Concourse. Premier Level base Pickens. You got JD5 on the Select Certified for, or Select Numbers for Goody Goody. Jadon Blue going out to Scotty Struble on a Concourse base. Bucky on a Concourse. Joe Burr, Concourse green and yellow. Going out to Joe Desky. Very nice. Nice vet shock. Godwin on a Premier Level base. Drake May, Concourse. Maserati Marv, Concourse. You got Demario Davis on the club level base for B3. TJ Watt, turbocharged, going out to Joe Desky. JJ McCarthy on a Concourse. Ashton Genty on the Concourse, coming out for Mike Haralambis. Getting Genty started. Fred Warner on the green and yellow Premier Level shock. That is going to be Adam Light. And then Tua on a Premier to round it out. So that was another little bit of a dud ski box. You get a hot box, a dud box, a hot box, a dud box. We need to heat them up. We need to heat them up. Let's go. Alright, so here's where, for the sake of time, we'll start to top load later. We'll sleeve, but we'll top load later. Cam Ward getting himself going early. That's a cracked top loader. No way we're using a chip top loader. No friggin' way. Chuck that shit right in the garbage. My worry is if you use one with a chip in it, does it break further later and scratch the card? I'd be hella annoyed. Alright. Alright, we are good. Bench is set. Let's keep it rocking. It's going to be box number 5. This will put us halfway through on the Select Blasters. Maybe we'll take a break after this one and we'll do empty box. Security tag's in there. Take a break after this one and do, there it goes. Empty box and security tag. We'll do a little Optic. Switch it up a little bit. Surprised we haven't gotten a single patch yet. I remember in years past there was a lot more patches in Select. A lot more mems. Alright, here we go. Good luck, B3. Luther Burden starting us off on a concourse base for Aaron Wise. The purple Rome Odunze. Very nice. E-Dub staying hot 547 out of 699, getting her second numbered out of the Blasties. Very nice. Omarion Hampton, premier level, green and yellow, going out to Wayne Mowry. Very nice. You got Antonio Gates on a premier. Jalen Milrow back again for Andrew Thier. We'll take that. Concourse. You got Javonte Williams on a concourse base. Tyler Shuck finally showing up. Premier level silver. We will take that. Ashton Genty turbocharge going out to Mike Haralambis. Benjamin Morrison on a base concourse. Devon Achan base concourse. Nico Collins on a green and yellow concourse shock for the Texans. That's going to be Jason Eli. You got Jalen Carter on a premier level base. Trey Benson on a concourse. Ty Felton on a concourse rook for Minnesota. Joe Desky. Riley Leonard going out to Matty V on a premier level base. Trey Harris to Wayne Mowry on a futures. You got Jacoby Myers concourse. Michael Penix concourse. Jamian Sherwood on the concourse green and yellow shock. That one going to the Jets and E-Dub. Brees Hall on a premier. Debo on a concourse. Bayshell Tootin on a concourse rookie going out to Jason Eli. Kyler on the club level base. And then rounding it out with a Trey Harris select certified for Wayne Mowry. All right, let's get the base out of the way. Get our boy Omarion top loaded. Get our vets sleeved up. Our rookie sleeved up. We'll get these guys out of the way to top load later. Odunze getting top loaded now, though, for show. Nice hit there for Aaron. Very nice. Tyler Show, for show. Going out to B3. We'll take that. We got to sleeve up the little guys. It was good to see that Daniel Jones got tagged by the Colts. I think he's got a future there, man. Kid looked good with them. He was playing with confidence again. I think he just felt like the Giants organization had turned on him, which they did, the fans and the organization. So, I mean, ownership never did, but everybody else did. Ownership tried to stay loyal to both Daniel Jones and Saquon, but just didn't work out. But I was glad to see that the Colts are sticking with him. They're going to give him a chance to come back from the injury and prove himself. And I was just really happy to see that. I don't think we have a card to go in the middle yet. It's really Josh Allen, but I'm waiting. I'm saving the middle and keeping it open for a bigger card. The middle spot will not be filled yet. Trying to just make sure I got the spacing right. We'll leave Josh there for now. He can hold the spot. All right, here we go. Let's get the bench in order. We're halfway through on the Megas.
go. All right, we're good on the bench. Let's jump to Optic. Let's jump to a little Optic. Empty box. Big security tag. Man, it's only 12:15. We're making really good time. I got to be in bed by 2:30 so that I'm not completely dead tomorrow. Oop, we got a mem. We got a mem. Let's get our first ultra rare here, B3. Let's get it. You got Curtis Rourke coming out for San Fran. That is Adam Light. Rocket emoji, Jalen Hurts. Bang. Who's on Philly? Adam Light. Rocket emoji, Jalen Hurts. Bang. Very nice. You got Mike Green on the Green Hyper going out to Baltimore. That's Rival, Donnie Scheffler. Scary Terry, Kyler Murray. Drake May, Tyrone Tracy, Chimere Dike coming out for Aaron Wise. That's a nice one. Tyler Loop coming out for the Ravens and Rival. Caden Prather on a Green Hyper. Nice one there for Joe Desky on the Bills. You've got Jake the Snake. Ooh, through Baker Mayfield there. Shake and Bake. Debo. Greg Rousseau. Judkins coming out for Joe Lurch. Jack Besh coming out for Mike Haralambis. And then Travis Hunter lighted up going out to Jason Eli. Very nice. You got Thielen, MPJ, Jalen Hurts, AR. You got Nick Emenwari going out to the Seattle Seahawks and Andrew Thier. Your hollow is David Montgomery. Detroit, Harlan. Malik Neighbors. What did I do with the base there? Hold on. There it is. Malik Neighbors, Jalen Warren, Zach Ertz, JD5, Dak Prescott. Shamar Stewart going out to Cincy. That is going to be Joe Desky. Isaac Tesla coming out for Harlan. And then Willie Howard on the Green Hyper. Beautiful card there for Pittsburgh, Joe Desky. D-Hop, Tater Tot, Emmett Smith, Devontae, Alec Ayomanor going out to Aaron Wise. Cam Ward coming back out for E-Dub. And then Jack Besh is your first-year freshie, Mike Haralambis. Bang. Donnell Hunter on the, I think they call this the Optic 2015. I think that's the official name. Then you got Howie Long, Tua, and Kenny G. It's either 2015 or 2005. I think it's 2015. 90% sure. Well, there's our first ultra rare. The Jalen Hurts Rocket Emoji Parallel as the front spot officially going out to Adam Light on the Eagles, no less. Tough team to hit. Eagles are tough to hit. I've seen guys chase them for 15 to 30 breaks and not hit. Eagles are a tough one. For sure.
Good news, we get our last back row podium with the first year freshie and Jack Beshy. Pulled a nasty Jack Besh RPA for Rosas last break. All right, not a bad first Optic box. We'll take that. I know better than to start trying to put anything other than quarterbacks on Tennessee's podium. It just ends with me having to empty it. So we'll keep the receivers on the side for now. Besh. Judkins. DK. All right, good to go. Alright, I think we're good. Bench is set. Good to go. What did I do with my seltzer? I'm going to have to figure that out, too. I'm starting to feel a little parched. Might need to take a little stretch and marinate it. Empty box, Boca Raton security tag. Oh, we got a little mem card in there. I didn't even notice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, here we go, B3. Here we go. Josh Simmons going out to Mike Haralambis on the concourse. Julio Jones concourse. Deebo Samuel is a silver concourse. Prism going out to Goody Goody. Abdul Carter on a futures going out to Joe Lurch on the G-Men. You got Saquon Barkley concourse. Alec Pierce concourse. Julio Jones concourse. Shock, green and yellow. That is E-Dub. You got DJ Moore on a Premier. Odunze on a concourse. Pearsall on a concourse. Reek Woolen on a Premier. You got Michael Williams on a select certified. San Fran, Adam Light. Joey B concourse. CD Lamb concourse. Dak Prescott on the club level. Green and yellow. Beautiful card. Again, these aren't numbered, but they're gorgeous. Love when we hit that one. Myles Garrett Premier, Tyreek Hill Concourse, Tony Pollard Concourse, Base Club Montez Sweat, Saquon Barkley Numbers going out to Philly. That is Adam Light. You got Matthew Golden on the concourse for the Packers. That is Adam Light as well. And then Nick Sirianni is your green and yellow Premier Level Shock. Alvin Kamara Premier Level on the back. Sirianni going out to the Eagles. Adam Light. And then Trevion on a draft selections. Round 2, pick 38. Gorgeous card. Blue color match. Very nice for the Patriots, Joe Lurch. And the patch actually matches the color of the jersey he's wearing in the picture, so that's always nice when that works out the way it should. All right, good. All right, just got to sleeve up these last few, and we will be good to move. 2 Giants so far coming out, both select futures. They're just telling you in the future, Joe Lurch, that's when you're going to hit. Not now, not early, in the future. Maybe in the Optic, maybe in the hobby. You never know. You never know. I got faith, though. I got faith. He's going to come. Giants are going to come out at some point. Oh, man, I just dropped my stack of top loaders. That is never fun. I went to replace and scattered. No bueno. Hold on a sec there, B3. Bear with me for just a moment. I found a security tag. Nice. Nice. Missed that one. Trying to just dust them off real quick so they're not covered in dust. Perfect. Alright, now let me get myself back in order over here. Alright, I don't know how I'm going to get this back in order. Hold on. Let me see here. That's not so bad. We're good. We got it.
Alright, we're back in business. I feel like there's one more that I missed somewhere. Where the heck did it go? Maybe that was all of them. Alright. It's only 24. It's not 25, but whatever. Alright. Now that I clean that all up, let's get it in the rack where we're supposed to go instead of all over the floor. There we go. Alright, where are we going next? Where to next? You know what? Actually, we're going to open this up. There we go. Alright, back to select. I still need to go get my seltzer too because I'm getting ultra parched. Empty box, security tag, Boca Raton. We got a patch. There's our other quarterback finally coming out. The one we were missing. Well, we're missing actually two, but one of them just came out. Alright, here we go. Good luck. Trevor Etienne leading it off for Adam Light on a concourse. Josh Allen concourse. Carson Schweisinger, silver club level. Joe Lurch, bang, beautiful card. There's our third Giants futures. We got Abdul Carter, we got Dart, now we got Scattaboo. So you've got the set there, Joe Lurch. Now we got to start working on the other guys, the other cards, the better ones, the bigger ones. Travis Hunter, Jason Eli, nice concourse there. Sammy D concourse. Mike Gesicki is your green and yellow premier level. First one to come out there for Joe Lurch. James Conner, premier level base. Shador finally coming out for Joe Lurch. Abdul Carter, Joe Lurch, both concourse. Then Ginkle is a premier level base. Then you got Shador on the select certified. Sanders coming back out again. Egbuka coming back out for B Friends on a concourse rookie. You got Diggs on the concourse. CD on the green and yellow concourse. That is Scotty. Geno Smith premier level base. Puka on a concourse. Bateman on a concourse. Nick Westbrook Akina on the club level base. Numbers Devontae Adams. That's going to be E-Dub on the Rams. Very nice. Keandre Lambert-Smith is your concourse base for Wayne Maury. You got the Urlacher for Aaron Wise on the premier level green and yellow Shaq. Off the back is Jalen Walker, also for Aaron Wise on a premier level base rookie. And then Urlacher holding back. Multiverse. Bang. Deebo Samuel. Niners and Commanders. That'll be a dice drop between Adam Light on San Fran and Goody Goody on the Commanders. Bang. Because both teams are pictured and named and logoed, it is a dice drop for the multiverse, Adam Light and Goody Goody. We'll drop that sucker on the side.
That wasn't a bad box. We finally lured Shador back out. Or out in general. Shador was hiding all break. I gotta find him a spot on the back line. So let's move Egbuka up. And we'll put Shador on the back line. Now let's get the base out of the way. Get the shocks out of the way. Fix the podium back there. There we go. Buka getting another one. The Scat Pack Futures. Alright, we got 3 blasters left and 2 megas. So we're going to do one more select mega. There we go. Let's get the brownies up there. There we go. Bench is set. We're good to go there. Number 8. Come on. Man, that thing is tough. Empty box, security tag. All right, here we go, B3. Matthew Golden leading it off for Adam Light. Concourse. Kareem Hunt Concourse. Dak Prescott Silver. Club level. Nice one there, Scotty. Beautiful card. I think you got the green and not only the silver, but also the green and yellow one. Scataboo back again on a futures for Joe Lurch. You got James Pierce Jr. on the concourse for Aaron Wise. Jalen Lane concourse for Goody Goody. Joe Burr on the green and yellow concourse. Joe Desky. Kyle Williams on a base premier level rookie. Going out to Joe Lurch. JT on the base concourse. Going out to Matty V. Caleb concourse. Devontae Adams premier. Shador back again on the select certified. Joe Lurch. We will take that. We're headed in the right direction with them. Emanwari going out to Andrew Thier on a base concourse. Jerry Jeudy concourse. CeeDee Lamb green and yellow shock concourse going out to Scotty. Tyler Loop premier level rookie going out to Baltimore and Rival. You've got Kendre Miller on a concourse. Quinn Ewers finally coming out. Tyler Haynes concourse base. Danger Russ club level base going out to the G-Men. Numbers, Devontae going out to Aaron. You got Evan Brown on a concourse. Tucker, Kraft, little Kraft's macaroni and cheese. Club level, concourse level, purple. 537 out of 699 for the pack attack. That is Adam Light as he heats up. DJ, green and yellow, premier level shock going out to Matty V. And then Omarion Hampton back again for Wayne Maury, this time on a base premier. We're going to move Jack Besh out to the front, and we're going to put the hit in the back row. Well, that was my knee. Little DJ Giddens. Little Quinn Ewers finally coming out. Get him up on a podium. Another scat. And last but not least, another Matthew Golden. He now has a podium. All right.
We are rolling, B3. Rolling.
Did I put the Jaguars up? No. Matthew Golden, where was he? Where was Golden at? Oh, there he is. Boom, bench is good. And we keep it moving. There it is. Security tag. All right, B3. Good luck. Borealis, kicker. On the rated for the Patriots and Joe Lurch. Jack Besh, back again for Mike Haralambis. This time green hyper. You got Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Nico Collins, Devin Hester, Jamar, Keandre Lambert-Smith going out to Wayne Mowry. Trey Harris going out to Wayne Mowry. Quinshon Judkins green hyper going out to Joe Lurch. There we go. We got Vic, Connor, Charbonnet, Kurt Warner, Riley Leonard going out to Matty V. Cam Ward green hyper going out to E-Dub as the Titans stay hot. Kelsey, Bigsby, Hollywood Brown. You got Ozzie Newsome, Mr. 1,000 Yards, Mike Evans. Dylan Sampson going out to Joe Lurch. Demetrius Knight going out to Joe Desky. Teteroa McMillan lighted up going out to Adam Light. We will take that. Run CMC, Jordan Love, Jacoby, Addison, Trevor Etienne. That one also going out to Adam Light. Oladejo going out to E-Dub. And then you got a little play action Cortland Sutton for E-Dub. Likely, Waddle, Culpepper, Megatron, Tyleek going out to Harlan. Matthew Golden going out to Adam Light. And then Jack Besh is your blue hyper rookie phenom. Mike Haralambis staying hot on the Raiders. Jahad Campbell coming out for the Eagles. That's going to be Adam Light on a beautiful silver. Little bit of a fingernail, though. Right there. Right at the top. You can kind of see the line. Right there. Right there. Otherwise, a beautiful card. Godwin, Trent Green, and Bateman. So another Optic box, another good one. Cam Ward, green hyper. Highlighting it. Along with another Jack Besh. Rosas definitely going to be kicking himself. He missed the Raiders. He was just a hair slow. He almost had him. He's going to have to get his fingers back working at top speed to keep up with the B3 claim speed. Rosas had it down to a science back in the day. He knew exactly how to make sure he was going to be in a favorable spot for the team he was chasing, which was always the Raiders, always his squad. Another nice Jack Besh, though. We'll take it. Golden coming back out. Just about there. This back there goes back there. Alright, now I'm going to have to cut down the Browns podium. It's getting full. There we go. Get the rest of the Panthers. Alright, we are good. Panthers on the board. Let's go back to select. Empty box, security tag. Alright, we are going to let this one marinate while I go grab my seltzer. We're going to let this one marinate. Now, after this one, This is our 9th box of Select. We have one more Select, number 10, one more Optic, number 3, and then our Select Hobby, last box of the night. So technically 4 boxes left, 1 marinating on the table, 3 on the bench. I am going to run and grab my seltzer because I am, what do you say, parched? I am parched. Got to reload some penny sleeves real quick into the rack because we have about 3 left and we're out. So let me reload that. Top loaders, we should be good, but let me grab a small stack just to make sure we top it off. Boom. All right. We need a tie-dye or a snakeskin or a zebra or something. So we're going to let this marinate. Usually this works for us. It's like a weird feeling I get when I'm like, all right, I think we're going to take a break now and I'm going to go grab a seltzer. No, not yet. I'm not feeling it. And as soon as I touch the box that like I'm feeling it, we go with it. This was the box that gave me a little tingle. This one made the hair on my neck stand up. So I was like, this is the one. All right, B3. Actually, I'm going to take the recycling with me too because as a superstitious thing, that usually works for us. Every time I take the recycling out when I go to grab my seltzer, we seem to get a hit. So I ain't messing with it. I'm going to stick with my superstitions. All right, B3. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Just going to grab a seltzer.
right, B3, we are back. Got myself 2 seltzers. The one that I put in the freezer is too frozen. As usual, it froze over. All right, let's see if marinating worked for us. It usually does. Usually when we marinate, we seem to do pretty well. All right, let's get it. Good luck, B3. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, all but one. All right, here we go. Jacoby Myers is going to lead it off with a premier level base. You got Michael Penix on a concourse base. Dangerous going out to Joe Lurch on a silver club level. Man, if that was dart, it would have been huge. Emeka Egbuka going out to B Friends on the futures. We'll take that. Debo on a concourse base. Shell Tootin on a concourse base. That's Jason Eli. Kendre Miller on the green and yellow shock going out to B3. You've got Kyle Williams on a premier level base. Jahmyr Gibbs on a concourse base. Quinishon Judkins on a concourse base rookie. The Kyle Williams going to Joe Lurch. The Judkins going to Joe Lurch. You got Devontae Adams on a concourse base. Jack Besh back again, this time on a select certified for Mike Haralambis. Jadon Blue coming back out for Scotty on a concourse base. Bucky Irving on a concourse base. Quinn Ewers, that's a nice one. Green and yellow shock on the Quinn Ewers for Miami. Tyler Haynes, we'll take that. Tyler Loop, premier level rookie base. That is going to be rival. You've got Drake May on a concourse. I think the marinating worked. I see a zebra. Maserati Marv on a concourse. Jalen Milrow on a club level base. Very nice. Andrew Thier, we'll take that. Michael Penix on a numbers for E-Dub. Aaron Wise. You got J.J. McCarthy on a base concourse. Brees Hall on the premier level shock green and yellow. That's the Jets and Aaron Wise. Wayne Maury getting the Omari and Hampton on a premier level base. We'll take that, Wayne. Brees Hall, like I said, was the shock. It looks like this might be a premier level or a concourse. Jalen Waddle, premier level zebra, ultra rare, going out to Miami, and Tyler Haynes. Bang. What a beauty that is. Look at that. Tyler Haynes hasn't hopped in a minute. First time back, slams down a beautiful zebra. We're going to move Tyler's show out to the front. Slide these guys down. That's going front and center. I know we have a Miami podium somewhere, so we'll just have to slide it. There it is. Bang. What a hit. Tyler Haynes. Waddle on the zebra. Miami went from having a terrible break to a great break, just like that. That's what happens. You're always just one hit away. You're always one card away from flipping your break. All right. Someone's coughing. Someone is upstairs coughing. Stuff over on the bench. Bear with me just a second.
there. Heck yeah. That's what we needed, a little pick-me-up. Let's get these guys sleeved up. Gonna have to clean up the Raiders podium a little bit there. Raiders working with a full podium. Igbuka back again for B Friends. Alright, that's all good. Get these sleeved up real quick. Alright, good to go. Alright, good to go. Alright, let's go back to Optic. Last box of Optic. Empty box. Security tag. Here we go. Good luck, B3. Good luck. Last box of Optic. Ooh, we got a fatty. We got a big old fatty. Alright, here we go. Last box of Optic. Good luck, B3. We got Damian Martinez going out to Andrew Thier. Jalen Walker on a green hyper to Aaron Wise. You got Juwan Jennings, Drake London, Jordan Addison, Hollywood Brown, Ozzie Newsome. Jaden Higgins going out to Jason Eli. Kyle McCord going out to Philly. That is Adam Light. And then Caleb Johnson on the green hyper going out to Joe Desky. You got Jonnu, Tutu, Megatron, Jacoby Myers, Jahdae Barron going out to Aaron Wise. Jahad Campbell going out to Adam Light. And then a little passing grade, Josh Allen going out to Joe Desky. Diggs, Flowers, Burrow, Culpepper, Tez Johnson going out to B Friends. Then you've got the hollow Ricky Williams going out to Rival. Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Nico Collins, Josh Downs, Xavier Legette, Pat Bryant going out to Aaron Wise on the rated. Jackson Dart coming out for Joe Lurch. Now's the time for him to heat up. Mason Taylor. Green Hyper. Nice color match there for E-Dub on the Jets. Then you got Vic, Connor, Buddha, Njoku, Jordan Watkins going out to San Fran. Adam Light. Trevion going out to the Patriots. Joe Lurch. Jalen Lane going out to Goody Goody on the first year freshie. Very nice. There we go, Goody. Time for you to heat up at the right time, too. Get you headed in the right direction. Garrett Wilson play action for Aaron Wise, followed by Godwin, Ramondre, and Jamo. Now let's get these out of the way. Okay, that's done. Now we get these hypers sleeved up. Jets. Steelers, who have a podium somewhere. There it is. And the Falcons, who have a podium. Back there. First Tez Johnson to come out for B Friends. Got quite a few Egbukas, but that was the first Tez. Two ultra rares so far. We got to get at least one more. At least one more. We got one more cooking. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. There we go. Bench is good. Gotta get Jalen Lane sleeved up. There we go. Mr. Lane on the board with Merritt, Krosky Merritt, or Bill. Trying to get the Commanders started. Get them heated up. Alright, last blaster, number 10. Good luck, B3. On the final blaster out of the half case. Empty box. Security tag. Here we go. Ooh, Dart coming back out. All right, Dart might be heating up at the right time. We did get another patch, too. We'll take that. So we got a patch. Maybe a multiverse. Maybe something else. Jackson Dart going to lead it off for Joe Lurch on the concourse. We will take that. Oop. Dart wants to take a dive. Dart, you got Nico Collins on a concourse. Nick Bonito on a club base. Tyler Show showing back up for B3 on the select certified. We'll take that. Cortland Sutton concourse. Caleb Johnson on a concourse rookie. Going out to the Steelers. That is Joe Desky. You got Evan Brown for the Cardinals. Green and yellow concourse shock. That is Aaron. You got Cam Chancellor on a premier level base. Chimere Dike on a concourse base rookie for Aaron Wise. Jared Goff on a concourse base. Jalen Brown coming out for KC. Mike Haralambis on a premier level base rookie. Luther Burden III on a futures rookie for E-Dub. You got Kyron on the concourse. Derrick Henry on the concourse. Quinn Ewers back again on a green and yellow concourse shock rookie. Savion Williams premier level base going out to Adam Light. Nico Collins concourse. Jamian Sherwood concourse. Silver Prism concourse. Tyreek Hill going out to Tyler Haynes. Very nice. So, select turbocharged Jay Jetta. That's the Vikings. Joe Desky. You got Jamian Sherwood back again on another concourse. Bill Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. Bill on a green and yellow premier level shock. Nice one there for Goody Goody. Jalen Hurts on a premier level base. And then Bill is holding back a multiverse shake and bake, which will be a dice drop between the Rams and the Bucks. Aaron Wise and B Friends. E-Dub and B Friends going to drop it out for the multiverse. That is, I love the new multiverse patches that are in Select. I think they're awesome. Really cool concept. A lot of players that were really good for two teams. And I think it's cool that they double them up like that. Really cool, theme for the cards, I guess you'd call it a theme. What up, Goody Goody? You're heating up at the right time, kid. You're headed in the right direction. First time I've seen cards for Bill. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. Bill. All right, we got Caleb
up there. Turbo J Jenna. There we go. Okay. I think I got podium set up for everybody. Let me just double check. We are good. We are good. All right, so now we got the hobby. Crazy busy. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I hear you there for sure. It's been the story of my life the last 2 years. You, though, you know, with the new role, new job, you know, get the whole family, the little family you're starting. You know, you got a lot going on too. New job, new family, new responsibilities, all that fun stuff. Oh no, don't knock anything over. All right, there we go. Got a little insert in there. And an empty box. Almost looks like a Pokemon stack of packs. Alright, here we go. Good luck, B3. We're going to whip them down, stack them up, and dive right in. Not a blank. That's good. We'll send that down to the bottom. But that is a blank. If I can get it off of there. We need one more big hit here, B3. One more ultra rare or tie-dye or snake skin or something. That is a blank. That is not a blank. At least it doesn't look like a blank. And that is a blank. Ooh, we got some color right on top, though. That's nice.
Blank. Blank. All right, sitting right on top for Aaron Wise. Can't leave it there. R.J. Harvey, neon green, premier level, rook for the rookie running back who did end up getting some work at the end of last year. That is a 48 out of 49. I thought it was the bookend. .48 out of 49. Aaron Wise taking down another one with R.J. Harvey. And another one. And another one.
Let's find the rest of the Broncos real quick.
There they are. Get them up there. All right, let's drop it down to like right there. All right, we got Geno Smith on a club base. Shake and Bake going out to B Friends on a premier level silver. Nice little prism there. Your select score is Caleb Williams for Aaron Wise. We got a blue coming. Woody Marks on a premier level base. That is going to be Jason Eli. Riley Leonard on the sweet level blue. That is a gorgeous card for Matthew Vanover. The sweet level blue. That's got to be numbered, I would imagine. Yes, 20 out of 99. Just 20 out of 99. Beautiful card. Going out to Matty V, Mr. Vanover. Trey Amos on the base club level. Going out to Goody Goody. That's another nice one there for Washington. Will Campbell on the premier level silver prism. Going out to Joe Lurch. You got the Neon Icons, Mason Taylor. Rookie going out to Aaron Wise. And then Lamar on a premier base. So Riley Leonard on the board. Gonna move Tyler Show down. And get Riley up there in front. Boom. Okay, let's get these guys sleeved up. And then we'll keep it rocking. Colts got a few more we can throw up there. All right, good to go. Keep it moving. Let's take it down to right there. You got a silver Derek Carr premier level going out to the Texans, Jason Eli. Another premier or a sweet level blue, T. Higgins. Going out to Cincy, Joe Desky. That's going to be to 99 also. 39 out of 99. Very nice as Joe Desky stays hot on a beautiful T. Higgins. You got Donovan Jackson, club level base for Joe Desky. Neon Icons, Jaden Higgins, rookie for Jason Eli. Then you got Jordan Love on the base premier. Christian Benford on a silver prism concourse for the Bills and Joe Desky. Aiden Hutchinson on the club level base. Isaac Tesla going out to Harlan Benner on a suite level base. Nice rookie there. Tyler Show on the select score rookie. I'll take that. That's going to B3. The Boz on the premier level. T-Law on the club level base. Landon Jackson, suite level base rookie going out to Joe Desky. You've got the field level DJ Moore base going out to Aaron Wise. That will get sleeved up because you don't get too many of those. And then Trey Harris, premier level base rookie going out to Wayne Mowry. We do have one more rookie on top, but I don't want to uncover a hit. There we go. RJ Harvey, premier level, also going out to Aaron Wise. That one was the last rookie sitting on top of that section. Doing good so far, B3. Making good time. It's 1:30. I wanted to be done by 1:30, but we're almost there. Looks like I'll be in bed and asleep by 2:30 by the time I clean up and everything. But we're in a good spot. We're making great time. Two blue suite levels. That's the start. That's the making of a good box. That's the start of a good one. Two blue suite levels numbered to 99. We will take that all day. Nice low numbereds to start. There he is. There's our cup of tea. T. Higgins.
Joe Desky. Beautiful card.
Actually, let's swap these. We'll have the blues to 99 on the inside and the others outside. All right, here we go. This in order here. Good on the bench. And we're about a third of the way through. Let's take it down to like right there. Is that a hit? No, we should be good. All right. Kyler Murray club level base holding back a die cut. Oh man, tie-dye die cut. Holy cow. Trevion Henderson, Joe Lurch, 1 out of 25. Break paid for, broski. Bang, at least for sure on the Patriots. That'll cover more than just the Pats. That'll cover the Pats, the Browns. I mean, that's a monster. Tie-dye rookie die cut auto, 1 out of 25, Trevion Henderson. Holy cow. Joe Lurch, bang, bang. Patriots were having a not so good break. All it takes is one little shift, one card, and your break completely flips. So crazy how that happens. Holy cow. What a card.
Joe Lurch. Bang. Bang.
I forgot the Bears had a podium. We got all these cards over here for the Bears. They got a podium up there already.
Where are the Patriots at? There they are. Only takes one. You're always one
Card away from a major flip in your night. Bang. What a card for Joe Lurch. He needed that. He was on a bit of a dry spell. Xavier Watts, sweet level silver rookie. Nice one there for Aaron Wise. Let's get back to where we were. There we go. Rashid Shaheed on a premier level base. Curtis Samuel on a premier level base. Brashad Smith on a silver concourse rookie for Mike Haralambis. Red, white, and blue premier level Alec Ayomanor going out to E-Dub. Aaron Wise just stacking the hits. 65 out of 299 for E-Dub. Bang. Very nice. Gonzo on a base club. On target CD Lamb, the base version, going out to Scotty Struble on the new insert. You got Urlacher on a base premier. Tucker Kraft on a silver concourse, going out to Green Bay and Adam Light. Nice one there. Tyler Show tie-dye, get out of here. B3 was having a terrible break, and that just flipped. Bang! Break paid for. Holy cow. Double tie-dyes again. What a hot box this select case it came out of. 19 out of 25. Oh, man. What a beauty. 19 out of 25. Tyler Show on the tie-dye. Bang. Now I got something to send off with Jason Eli stuff to grade. This sucker's going. Bang. That's got to go right up front. Cut to the front of the line. Tyler Show. B3, I mean, really, like, let's just talk about it for a second. How hot has this break table been? For real. For real. Like, over the last, let's say, 8 to 10 breaks. Absolutely insane. Dak Prescott on a club base. And then the phenomenon insert, Maserati Marv. This break table has been absolutely on fire. We got a rookie sitting on top. Can't leave it there. It's Armand Embo going out to E-Dub on the Jets. Ridiculously hot. Not even... I mean, I haven't even posted recaps yet. Haven't had time, but the last 3 breaks, when I post the recaps back to back to back, those who didn't see what happened in the last 3 breaks are going to be like, God damn, Blinky, the break table's on fire. I'm going to be like, I know, I told you. I was saying every time we posted a new break table on fire. Still has not cooled down.
Wasn't saying that for nothing. I'm serious. This is a run we are on right now. This is what the complete and utter definition of a run is. This is a run. We are on a run. And it has been wild. 500. Sheesh. What about in a PSA 10? Does it say in a PSA 10? Do we got any data on that? I bet there's not even a PSA 10 out there yet. Because Select is still so new. But I'd be curious to know, if it was a PSA 10, what would that look like? Holy cow. Yeah, damn, what a pull. Henderson, the top rookie running back last year, riding through like the week 8 to 14 of the season for fantasy playoffs going in. Trevion Henderson was dominating. He was looking like the best rookie running back in the class. And Tyler Show
was playing really well. There was rumblings about he's a buy-in stash for next year. So I don't know, man. I'm stoked. I'm psyched. What a card. All right, let's keep it rolling. This box has been hot. Only one sale raw for $480. Dang. Harrison Smith on the base club level. Trevor Etienne on a base suite level going out to Adam Light. Kyler Murray on a silver club level. That is Aaron Wise. That's a nice looking card. Willie Howard coming out on a premier level base going out to Joe Desky. Jackson Dart on a premier level base going out to Joe Lurch. You got Dylan Sampson on a club level base going out to Joe Lurch. Silver Donovan Jackson club level going out to Joe Desky. And then a field level George Kittle going out to the Niners. Adam Light, again, we will sleeve and top load that because you only get 2 or 3 field levels per box, and they only come in the hobby. They're not in retail. So I always like to sleeve those and top load them. Base Nick Sirianni, premier level. Base Ariante Irsay to the Texans on a premier level. That is Jason Eli. Tristan Wirfs on a base club. Will Lutz on a base suite level. And then the multiverse dice drop. This is Najee Harris. Chargers, Wayne Maury. Steelers, Joe Desky on a bronze multiverse Najee. That is going to be numbered 25 out of 49. Bang. What a beauty. We have 3 dice drops for multiverses. 3. One's numbered to 49. Wow. Talk about being hot, B3. I don't think we've been this hot in a long time for this long. We've been this hot for like a 6-break run, a 5-break run, but not this long. We have one little stack left. It's going to have our last hit, but I'm just going to clean up the stacks real quick, so bear with me. As I clean up the stacks. Field level, you only get a couple of boxes, so you know we're sleeving that up. Donovan Jackson on a nice silver club level for the Vikings. Sampson getting back in on the action. Club level base, premier level base Dart. As he's trying to heat up here at the last minute. Trying to get hot for Joe Lurch. Willie Howard been doing alright tonight. Trying to heat up at the last second too for Joe Desky. And last but not least, you got Trevor Etienne. I wish that was Tetaroa for you, Adam. Tet on the sweet level would have been a nice one. Never know what's going to happen with Trevor Etienne, but not as high on him as I am Tetaroa, obviously. Alright, last little bit. Here we go. Good luck, B3. Hopefully we can get one more guy a decent hit here. But already a phenomenal break. Fred Warner, premier level base. Gesicki, premier level base. Kelvin Banks, concourse, silver rookie. Nice little prism there for B3. You got Darnell Mooney on the base club level, holding back our hits, so we're going to bring the back to the front. We got Arian Smith on a premier level rookie for Aaron Wise. Jarquez Hunter on a premier level rookie for Aaron Wise. And then Darnell Mooney Base Club is holding back. Shamar Stewart RPA for the Bengals. Joe Desky on an RPA purple. Shamar Stewart. 44 out of 49. Super low number for Joe Desky. Bang. He is a defensive tackle, I believe, or outside linebacker. He's a pass rusher. Shamar Stewart is a bona fide pass rusher. I think we haven't seen the best of him yet. So who knows if he ends up being an Aaron Donald or, sexy Dexy type, or if he ends up being like a Leonard Williams type, or who knows. We haven't seen the best of him yet. Still a rookie pass rusher, but a beautiful RPA numbered 44 out of 99 as Joe Desky finishes strong. All right, we got to get ready for the recap. And like I said, my goal is to be in bed and asleep by 2:30. I think if we stay on task here, if I just zero in and focus to get the recap ready, we can get there. So bear with me while I might get a little quiet here for the next 5 minutes as I hunker down and try to dial in and get this ready to go. Not ignoring you, B3. Just going to try to get very efficient with my time as I get ready for the recap here. All right, what do we got? We got Jets and Rams. Rams are going to be in the back. Rams had a rough one tonight. All right, let's get the bench in order. All right, we're almost there. I'm getting the bench in order. Holy cow, what a break, B3. What a break. That's all good. I can move these over here. That's all good. I can move these over here. We're good there. Gotta bring this and this to the front for the recap. Gonna need to get one more thing of sleeves opened up. There we go. Boom. That's donezo. Good.
garbage out of the way. Good there. Don't know how many racks we need yet, but I know we definitely don't need 11, so I can get 8 of them out of the way. There we go. All right. That part of the bench is good. We got 2 racks in case we need them. Good. All right. I think the big winner of the night, definitely Tyler Show. We'll call that the 1 spot. Number 2, Trevion for sure. Number 3, Waddle. Then it gets closer. I'm going to have to go with Hertz. Then Shamar. Then it starts drilling down to who's the lowest number. So we got Josh Allen to $7.99, Riley Leonard to $99. He's probably going to be next. Who is the other blue to 99? There was another blue. Oh, there's T. Higgins for sure. All right, so that's that. Then we got RJ Harvey to 49. That's E-dub all day. Then we got A.O. Manor to $2.99 for sure. We got some others in here. $7.99, $6.99, $8.99. Oh, I forgot we had a Trevion over there. I always forget and end up making 2 podiums for some teams. I can't keep myself on track. Alright, that's all the numbered, right? Right. So then we'll go dart.
All right, B3, that is ready. We are almost there for the recap. Just give me 1 to 2 more minutes while I make sure I got everything else cleaned up. Because after we're done with the recap, I'm turning the lights off, going right to bed. All right, that's all cleaned up. Let me get a swig of seltzer here. Okay, here we go. Let me actually take this into 2. All right, here's our dice drops right in front of us. We're going to go one at a time because they are kind of nice cards, so we'll do it one at a time. Dice drop number 1 going to be for the Multiverse Najee Harris. You got Najee on the Chargers on the left and the Steelers on the right. It's numbered 22 out of 49 bronze. 1, 2, or 3 going to go to the left, Wayne Maury. 4, 5, or 6 going to go to the right, Joe Desky. Good luck. 1, 2, 3 Chargers. 4, 5, 6 Steelers. You guys see a 3. I see a 5. 5 going out to the Steelers, Joe Desky. And that actually improves the Steelers' break a little bit, a lot of it. Congrats to Joe Desky on that one. That's a pretty big swing for you on the break. Drops you over to this side. You're numbered to 49, so you're actually going to go pretty low down. You just went from one of the bottom third teams to one of the top third teams. Just like that. Not quite better than the Broncos, but better than everything else behind the Broncos. Boom. Joe Desky had himself a pretty darn good night. All right, number 2. You got the Baker Mayfield with the Rams and the Bucks. 1, 2, or 3 going to go to the Rams. That would be Aaron Wise. 4, 5, or 6 going to go to the Bucks. That would be Brian Friends. 1, 2, 3 Rams. Wise, 4, 5, 6. Bucks, friends. Here we go. Good luck. You guys see a 4. I see a 1. 1, 2, 3. Going out to the Rams. That just improved the Rams night considerably. Congrats to E-Dub on that one. We'll drop them right down there. All right, and the last one. Debo Samuel, Commanders and Niners. 1, 2, 3. Commanders, goody goody. 4, 5, 6. Niners, Adam Light. 1, 2, 3. Commanders, left. 4, 5, 6. Niners, light, right. Here we go. Good luck. You guys see a 2. I see a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going out to Adam Light on the Niners. Goody Goody actually had a patch for the Commanders. Adam got nothing for the Niners. So that actually improves Adam's night considerably. It took 3 of the very worst teams in the break and made them a little better just by winning the dice drop. So definitely made 3 teams' nights considerably better to hit the dice drop. So happy for those guys. Sorry to the ones who missed it, though. It always sucks to lose a card in a dice drop. I hate that. All right, here we go. Going through the recap. Rival, Donnie Scheffler getting the green hyper Mike Green. The green hyper green. I grabbed too many cards in this stack. Green hyper green going out to Rival, Donnie Scheffler. Tough one for Donnie. Scotty Struble on the Cowgirls. Tough one for Scotty, too. Only thing that came out for the Cowboys, aside from some really nice Dak and CD inserts, was Jadon Blue on a concourse twice. Tough night for the Chiefs, too. Mike Haralambis, Jalen Royals on a base premier. And then Brashad Smith on a silver prism rookie concourse. Going to the Vikings, Minnesota, this is Joe Desky, Donovan Jackson club base and club silver prism. Ty Felton base concourse twice. Going to Houston, this is Jason Eli getting Jalen Noel on a concourse, Higgins on a rated, Higgins on a neon icons, and then Woody Marks on a premier level base. Harlan Benner on Detroit picking up Isaac Tesla on the concourse base. Isaac Tesla on the rated, Isaac Tesla on the suite level. You got the Jets. This is going to be Aaron Wise getting the green and yellow premier level shock and bow. Arian Smith premier level base. Then you got Mason Taylor on a concourse, neon icons, and green hyper color match. Jason Eli also on the Jags picking up Bayshell Tootin on a concourse 3 times. Travis Hunter on a concourse, and a lighted up Hunter. Wayne Mowry also, man, you could have really used the Najee too, looking at it where you are in the break. You were further back. Tough one for you, Wayne. Keandre Lambert Smith, a lot of volume, Wayne, just not anything huge. Keandre Lambert Smith on a base concourse and a base rated. You got Trey Harris on the futures and a base rated and a select certified and a premier level. And then you had Omarion Hampton on a concourse, premier level twice, premier level green and yellow shock. You go to Goody Goody on the Commanders, Trey Amos base club, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt or Bill on the base premier and the green and yellow premier shock, Jalen Lane on a concourse, and a first year freshie blue hyper, Jalen Lane. Be friends on the Bucks getting Tez Johnson on a rated, Emeka Egbuka on the concourse base and the futures base, and then a silver prism club level rookie. Best card of the night for you. That was a nice one. Adam Light on the Panthers getting Trevor Etienne on a concourse and a rated and a base suite level and a concourse Tetaroa and then a Tetaroa lighted up. Drew Thier picking up Arroyo on the base premier. Base concourse Jalen Milrow twice. Milrow on a base club and Milrow on a green and yellow shock concourse. Mike Haralambis on the Niners getting Ashton Genty on the concourse base. Turbocharged Genty. Jack Besh on a concourse. Besh rated, Besh Select certified, Besh Green Hyper Optic rated rookie, Besh first year freshie Blue Hyper, Besh Blue Hyper rookie phenom. Not a great night in big hits, Mike, but
A lot of volume. Volume on the Raiders for sure.
Rams, this is going to be E-Dub. Aaron Wise picking up T. Ferg on the concourse base, Jarquez Hunter on the premier base, and then the multiverse on the dice drop, shake and bake, Baker Mayfield, Rams and Bucks, red and blue, beautiful card. Niners, Adam Light picking up the select certified, Michael Williams, Jordan Watkins on the concourse, Jordan Watkins rated. You had a George Kittle field level. You can only get these in the hobby box, usually 2 or 3 per box, so I always sleeve them up. And then the multiverse Deebo Samuel, maroon and red, Commanders and Niners. That saved your night on the Niners with the multiverse. We'll drop it all the way down to the Bears. So for the Brownies, Joe Lurch picking up Mason Graham, club level base, Dylan Sampson rated and club level base rated. Or club level base rookie. Harold Fannin, premier level base. Silver club level prism. Carson Schweisinger, beautiful card. Quinishon Judkins on a concourse base twice. Rated rookie base. Green hyper rated. Shador on the base concourse. Shador on a select certified twice. Not a terrible night for the Browns. Giants, also Joe Lurch. Abdul Carter on a concourse and a futures. Scattaboo on a futures twice. Jackson Dart on a concourse and a futures and a rated. And a premier level. Falcons, E-Dub. You got Jalen Walker on a premier level base and a green hyper rated. Xavier Watts, silver prism suite level rookie. And then Bijan Robinson on the premier level bronze or brown. The chocolate premier level shock. 626 out of 899. Nice night on the Falcons. That was our first hit. E-Dub got a bunch. Bills, Joe Desky. Landon Jackson on the suite level base rookie. Caden Prather on a green hyper rated. Josh Allen on a white concourse. Beautiful card. Concourse white shock numbered 324 out of 799. Nice night for Joe Desky on Joshy. This would be the Texans. No, the Bears. Back to Aaron Wise. Colston Loveland, premier level base. Luther Burden, concourse base twice. Luther Burden select futures. Burden on the green and yellow shock concourse. DJ Moore on a field level. And then Rome Odunze on the purple shock concourse. Numbered 547 out of 699. Nice night on the Bears for E-Dub.
Wasn't a, write home and tell all your friends about it night on the Bears, but it was a good night on the Bears. Good night. Not a great night. A good night. A good night. Alright, now we start the last rack.
Here we go. Okay. Dropping all the way down to there. Here we go. Green Bay, Adam Light getting Savion Williams on a premier level base. Matthew Golden concourse base twice. Golden on a rated. And then Tucker Kraft on a purple concourse shock numbered 537 out of 699. Nice night for Adam Light on the pack attack. Back to Aaron Wise on the Titans. Chimere DK concourse. Chimere DK on the rated. You got Cam Ward select certified. Ward on a rated. Ward on a green and yellow premier level shock. Cam Ward on a green hyper rated. Alec Ayomanor rated. And Alec Ayomanor on the red, white, and blue premier level numbered 65 out of 299. Nice night on the Titans for E-Dub. Jack Sawyer coming out for Joe Desky on the Steelers on a concourse. Caleb Johnson concourse. Caleb on the Select Certified, Caleb on the Green Hyper. Then you got Will Howard on a Premier level base, Will Howard Select Certified, Will Howard Green Hyper. Then you found the Najee Harris Multiverse Bronze or Chocolate, Baby Blue and Black. That is numbered 25 out of 49, taken down by Joe Desky in the dice drop. Then we drop down to the Broncos, also E-Dub. Aaron Wise with the Pat Bryant rated, RJ Harvey Concourse, RJ on the Futures, RJ on the Base Premier, RJ on the Slimer Green Rookie Premier. That is numbered 48 out of 49. Nice low number there for Aaron Wise. Matty V on the Colts getting the red, green and yellow Premier level shock DJ Giddens. Riley Leonard on a Premier base. Riley on the Optic rated. And then Riley on the Sweet Level Blue rated. Sweet Level Blue Prism. Numbered 20 out of 99. Nice low number there. Also on a blue Sweet Level Prism. T. Higgins going out to Cincy and Joe Desky, 39 out of 99 on the cup of tea. And then Shamar Stewart on the purple or velvet, looks like a velvet color, purple RPA, numbered 44 out of 49. Hard to see the numbering when it won't focus. There you go, 44 out of 49. Shamar Stewart, purple RPA. Nice one there for Joe Desky. Then we go to the Eagles. Adam White, you got Jahad Campbell on the Hollow Optic rated rookie. Kyle McCord on a rated. And then Jalen Hurts on the ultra rare super short print rocket emoji parallel. Beautiful card for Jalen Hurts and Mr. Adam Light. Then we drop to the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. It is Tyler Haynes with the Quinn Ewers Concourse. Quinn Ewers Concourse green and yellow shock twice. And then the Jalen Waddle Zebra ultra rare premier level. Bang. Nice night for Tyler Haynes with his first night back in a while. Then we drop down to the Patriots. Patriots going to be Joe Lurch on the Pats. You got Will Campbell and his T-Rex arms, silver, premier level rookie. Kyle Williams on the Futures. Kyle Williams, premier level base twice. Trevion Henderson, concourse base. Trevion on the rated. Then you got Trevion on the draft selections. Round 2, pick 38, blue. Nice color match there. And then last but not least, the tie-dye die-cut rookie auto Trevion Henderson on a tie-dye rookie auto die-cut numbered 1 out of 25. Beautiful card. Last but not least, you got the Saints in B3. Kelvin Banks on a silver concourse rookie. Tyler Show on a select certified. Tyler Show on a score select rookie. Tyler Show on the silver premier level. And then Tyler Show on a concourse tie-dye rookie numbered 19 out of 25. Hit of the night. Goes for about $500, $400. Beautiful card. Great break, B3. All right, on that note, though, I got to go to bed because, like I said, we got to get up at like 7:30. I got to get Mason to his game by 8:30, and it's about 45 minutes away. Then when we're done with that, I think we're going up to the cabin for dinner. Lot going on. But the free break is up, posted, and updated with how many entries
per person and who qualifies, who qualifies and how many spots they qualify for. Also, the next break will get dropped at some point, but what I want to do is do the free break first, so that way I can do the free break for quarter 4 and then get that whole round of shipping out and done. I may drop a break while I'm working on the shipping. I don't really know yet about the timing, but I'll keep you guys in the loop. If and when I do drop the next break, we'll figure it out from there. But free break is next. Gotta go get some sleep so my wife doesn't kill me in the morning. Love you, B3. B3! We out.